poppy brew, and shingle bob haircut, good shot of boo. Come see me, sweet daddy, come blow in your home. If you come too late, so mama will be gone. I heard that, young man, everything's setting right, 'cause my husband's gone away till Saturday night. Hurry down, sweet daddy, come blow in your home. If you come too late, sweet mama will be gone. I'm ready to go. Got red shoes on my feet, and I'm getting ready for the thin lazy seat. Hurry down, sweet daddy, come blow in your home. If you come too late, sweet mama will be gone. Now stop at the fashion shop, get the one that looks the best. Go, sweet mama wants a brand new dress. Hurry down, sweet daddy, don't go in your home. If you come too late, sweet mama will be gone. Where the red rooster said, cock-a-doodle-doo, and the rich woman says, and dude will do. Hurry down, sweet daddy, come blow in your home. If you stay too late, sweet mama will be gone. Now every Sunday morning, church will watch me go. Got my wings spread out, preacher told me so. Hurry down, sweet daddy, come a blow in your home. If you come too late, so mama will be gone. Richland Woman Blues, John Hurt song. Really neat song by Mr. Hurt. Kind of different from a lot of the ones he did. This one's about a woman cheating on her husband. And that's not really I don't know what we call it, a genre of music. Not really a genre, but it's not really a theme we would associate with John Hurt's music. But it's an interesting tune because it's based on a much older tune. It's based on Midnight Special, often called the Big Midnight Special. And the association of Midnight Special with blues music really comes because Leadbelly recorded in the 30s, and it was mistakenly attributed as to have been written by Leadbelly, as were a lot of songs. But it had actually been recorded in the 20s by several black and white bands and musicians, including, I think, one for the Oklahoma Cowboys. So the song had moved out west with the people, and, Leadbelly picked it up somewhere along the way, maybe down in Texas or somewhere where, he spent a lot of time. But yeah, it's more of a folk song, really. And Hurt's version is really more of a country influence version of it. It's got that little bass run, which you don't hear a lot in blues music, but it's got some nice dissonant tones here that you do. Interestingly enough, the song may have originated in North Carolina. There were a couple old-time bands that recorded it early on. And then there was a big hit in the 50s by Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper. They were from my area. They were from Avery and Mitchell County. And I live like basically right at the edge of Avery and Mitchell County. So it was a big hit, and it was more of a country version, but it was kind of folky, and it was the folk revival era. That's the one you'll always hear Andy Griffith play on the Andy Griffith Show. And I think he probably did a couple times later on Matlock. It was a big hit, and that North Carolina connection. And of course, you cannot talk about North Carolina cultural elements without talking about Andy Griffith. I love the Andy Griffith Show. I grew up watching it. I probably memorized every single episode. Cannot say I was that big a fan of Matlock, but I love Andy Griffith. And when I was a kid, we lived in a resort town in the mountains, and several of the actors would summer there. So, can't say they were always the nicest people, but some of them were. And, it's just a real big part of the history of our state. And few people have done more to promote North Carolina culture, of course, than Andy Griffith. So let's talk about the song. It starts with this slide up from the D to D sharp or E flat, however you want to think about it. And you're going to pinch the D open and then come back to the A as you pinch the first string open. But you don't want to just go it straight like that. That's the way a lot of people have written it, and that's not the way it sounds to my ear when Mr. Hurt played it. He did it several times, and there are a few more verses I didn't even sing because there are just too many verses to remember because he added and took them away sometimes. And if you try to get all the versions together, it would be like this long sheet of music. This was sung, I think the structure of Midnight Special and his version, which is Richland Woman Blues, used a lot of what they called throwaway lines. They were lines that were used in different songs. So I think it was pretty much whatever popped into his head. So we're going to do, and I'm going to use two fingers and get a little syncopation here. So into the F, repeat, to C. But you want to mix that up a little bit. Don't play it the same way twice unless you just like to. But then we're going to repeat again to the G. So here's how I kind of approach it. I'm not going to try to play it the same way twice. That would drive me crazy to try to figure that out. So I'm just getting a little extra beats there, or maybe hitting another string. We want to keep a good propulsive, keep that going throughout the song if we can. And so we're back to C, and to get that extra note, just drop your pinky down to the D note, so you go. However you like to do that. And then, see. Oh, yeah. Now we've got a slide here. We're just going to slide our C. Put your pinky down on the first string, 3rd fret. Hold down the C and the E, and just slide them up. So. And that's another one of those things most people don't write down, is he would get this extra little note here. So you something like that. Sounds better when I'm playing it, but okay, that's because I should have shifted to the F quicker. So yeah. Just repeat what we did earlier. Let's see, what do I need to explain there? We slid up, we come back to an F chord and drop that extra note. Then we do back to C. This time, just because it's a little more convenient, I'm going to stretch out and grab that note there. You can slide up if you want, but and that run, I would call it optional. I mean, he usually did use it. I didn't hear him do it in every verse and every version, but it's just G, A, B, C. And it just sets up the next verse. And then, let's see, I guess I could play through that one more time in case there's any confusion. So. Pretty much close to it. And then when he's singing the chorus, or he's singing the verses in chorus, he didn't do all the slide ups right here. He would just kind of go, in bright red lipstick, deep purple room, and string a bob haircut, a good shot of blue. Hurry down, sweet daddy, come the blow and go home. It come too late. Mama will be gone. Like that. At least in my ear, that's the way I hear it. You know, come up with your own version, listen to different versions of it. But in this instance, I do find it easier, instead of the sliding up, just to stick that pinky out. Now, if your hands are big enough, give that a shot. It's good to get used to stretching that pinky anyway, because it gives you a lot more places you can go on the fretboard while holding down a chord. So that was... Alright, that's it. Have fun with it. It's not a difficult song once you get your slides down and figure out if you're going to stretch that finger or you're going to come up like that. As always, if you've got any questions, email me judson@judsoncarroll.com or leave a comment in the comment section of the video. I'll be glad to answer your questions. And y'all have a Merry Christmas. I won't see you again until then, so have a very wonderful Christmas, and I'll have another tune ready for you next week.